Well, let me answer that question in two parts. First, from the aspect of the business community. Like a lot of parts of the nation, Birmingham was moving from an industrial base to a service-based economy. Here it was primarily led by the healthcare industry and the banking industry. Healthcare then was on a fantastic growth rate. It has continued to grow fantastically over the subsequent decades. That was led by the UAB Medical Center, but it was also had significant growth in other hospitals and other healthcare parts of the industry that didn't deal with patient care necessarily. As concerns the banking industry, that was more of a local phenomenon. We had some fantastic leaders, people like Jack Hurley and Harry Brock, John Woods, that were really innovative leaders and led the banking community to very, very significant growth in the 70s. All of those people I just named, including others like John Harbert and Lee Steislinger, they all spent 3 whole days at UAB at the School of Business, visiting our classes and our faculty and touring the campus, and we learned a lot from them. They were very, very generous to share that, and we learned a lot from them, and we also got to show them what we were doing here and about our students and our faculty. The other part of my answer would deal with Birmingham as a place to live. If you drove through Birmingham on the interstate, and I doubt if it's changed all that much, just driving there on the interstate, you were not impressed by what you saw of Birmingham. And also in the 70s, we still had a lot of negative perceptions continuing from the civil rights issues that Birmingham had to deal with in the 60s. So a superficial knowledge was a dangerous thing back then. But fortunately for me, I had a relative here in the city. We'd visited. We knew a lot more about the city than just an average person. And we knew of very nice communities. I had 2 young daughters at the time. And obviously we were concerned about where we were going to live and the schools, but we did know we could find a place, and we did, and been very happy here. Now, as opposed to me, I have a medical doctor friend who interviewed at about the same time I did for a job in the medical school. He and his wife flew into the city. When they got through with his interview, they were flying home, and on the way home he told his wife he thought he was going to accept the UAB job. She started crying because she had that negative impression that a lot of people had. He did take the job. They had a fantastic family life here in the city, and he went on to become a chairman of one of the major departments in the medical side.